I'm April Wilkerson. Whenever people ask me what I do for a living, I don't know the exact answer because I make videos, but I also make things for my home, but I also maybe am called a woodworker, a maker, a DIYer. Whenever I first got into making stuff or wanting to make stuff, I didn't know anything. I didn't know how to use tools. I didn't know anything about materials. I didn't even know how to basically use a tape measure or salt, nothing. But I was really motivated to fix up my home. And so I thought, well, I didn't have the money, I guess is where it all started. I didn't have the money to buy what I wanted, what we wanted. And so I thought, well, I could just try making it. And so I would Google what I wanted to make. How do you build a freestanding pantry? And I didn't find any tutorial. And it was very frustrating for me because I had all this energy and motivation and determination, I'm gonna do this. And I couldn't find even the simplest guide. And at that point, I needed somebody to say, use a circular saw, buy plywood, use this length of nails, and I couldn't find that anywhere. And I thought, how ridiculous is this? I know that there are tons of people who have done this before. Why is this information not available to me? I went about my way and started figuring out all of these different projects. And it was about a good month into me building things for my home that I realized, well, I guess I'm being sort of a hypocrite. I'm going through the steps and learning all of this, but I'm not passing along that information. And so that's whenever I thought, well, I'll just start documenting. I'll start taking photos along the way and type out exactly what I would need if I was taking on this project. And that's how my website got started. And I didn't realize at that point that there was a community giving out free content online. The woodworking community, the making community, I didn't realize any of that existed yet. And so I didn't realize that the goal was to try to build up a following. I just thought people would type into Google, how do you do this? Find my tutorial, use it, and then never see my site or me again. And so it was kind of a big perspective change, or a big psh to me whenever I realized, oh, I'm supposed to be gaining a following and making them come back week to week and be really interested in what I'm building. And so, but yeah, that's how it all started. I started my website first, and then I started building more advanced things to where things move, like my miter saw stand. It has the wings that fold up and down, or my sliding barn door, it moves across the tracks. And I thought, well, you really can't capture how cool this is by just still photos. So that's whenever I decided I'm just gonna take a short video, kind of summarize what I did in order to get to this point, and then put it at the very end of my blog. And at the time, the only way that I knew to put a video on the internet was through upload it to YouTube and then embed it on my website. And so that's how I got introduced to the YouTube making. It was just me giving a summary so that I could use it in my written tutorial as a kind of a visual aid. And that's whenever, it was a few months, it was probably about 2-3 months I was doing that before I got introduced to the woodworking community. And then I started seeing all these different people, and I'm like, oh, there's people doing this, what I'm doing already, but instead they're doing the entire build. They're showing how to build it from A to Z instead of just giving a summary. And so that's whenever I decided that's what I want to move towards. So now I need to start getting filming equipment, learning editing software, learning about how to get music, voiceovers. There's just all of these new things that came along with it whenever I decided to change from doing summaries to build videos. And so I just started off with my iPhone. It was a pretty decent video, and I would have my husband just hold it up, and I would do it in one shot, and just, you would see me at the beginning and end, just hit it most of the time, yeah, moved away from that. Whenever I wanted to start doing build videos, I realized I needed to start learning editing software. So I moved up to an entry-level DSLR camera and used the free editing software on my Mac. But yeah, it's kind of a one-woman show now. I have the tripod, the camera, and my editing software on my computer, and a massive external hard drive to keep all the clips. Before, I would get out in my shop and just try to build whatever I was wanting to build just on the fly. Now that I've taken the time to learn a 3D modeling software, SketchUp, I'm taking Monday to design what it is I want to build. And then typically Tuesday through Friday, I build. And then that leaves me Saturday most of the time to edit, get the blog written, do the voiceover, put plans together if I'm trying to do plans. It's quite crammed. This is something that I feel very passionate about, and I feel confident that I will be able to make it work one way or the other if I could just give it my all. So to me, I don't really feel like I'm taking a risk. I didn't feel like I was taking a risk quitting my job. Everybody on the outside, parents, employers, even somewhat my husband, they were all like, ugh. And I'm like, got this. I'm gonna make it work. I'm gonna do what I have to do in order to be happy in life. And this right now is the direction I wanna go in order to be fully happy, you know? I think if you're on YouTube, it's very easy to turn it into a competition, but I don't really see it as a competition because everybody has their own style, and it's not like you don't gain anything by having more subscribers than anybody. I mean, I guess as a society would view it, somebody with 300,000 subscribers is better than someone with 100,000, but I don't really see it that way. I think that if you're just doing what makes you happy and able to make a living off of it, then that's winning. You're part of the community, you're part of the club. So, and who's really to say what's better than another, you know? Like the style of making that I do is completely different than some of the other most popular channels. But I'm making a living at it, and I'm building something with my hand and my mind that makes me happy. So, and if they're doing the same thing, but they have a maybe broader audience, we're both in the same boat. We're both in our shop making and being happy. I'm like, we're starting? Yeah. Okay. I think I'm red. Do I need to stop moving my hand so much?
Okay. That was really good. Really, really good. You're right.